Hi, I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community. I'm going to bring you a market recap for today, Thursday, August 8th, otherwise known as the day the market bounced. We have another big bounce that happened today, but we still have some very clear lines in the sand, starting with ES. So on ES, beautiful bounce, but we were unable to get over the prior day high. We do have 30 minutes left in the market. I'll be watching this as we're live. We're failing at this level. We've pulled back about $17. We'll see if bulls can get a push through, but we have made enough room for a 4-hour higher low, and that's encouraging for ES bulls. NASDAQ, unable to get over Friday's high so far, and we've pulled back about $55. And again, we've made enough room for a 4-hour higher low. So how we retrace will tell us so much about the market. Do we keep it shallow so we can get a quick higher high, or do we have a deeper retracement, and does that indicate something further coming into the market? And before I keep going, I'm just going to pop over here, introduce myself. This is who I am, Chart Gal Lori. If you want to give me a follow on X, and let's look at the calendar tomorrow. So tomorrow we don't have a lot of things going on. We have Baker Hughes rig count. Again, not a lot of stuff going on. And I do want to mention this tweet. We'll talk about it in just a second. It was mentioned, it's unverified, that Trump just said he supports rescheduling and legalization of a cannabis. And this came in 20 minutes ago, and that's why I wanted to jump on the mic real quick and cover that. So let's just jump to that right now. Let's go look at the the cannabis name, starting with MSOS. We have a big spike here. On volume, we were able to get over the prior day high and Tuesday's high, but we double top with a 736, 742. Bulls have made enough room for an hourly higher low tomorrow. So this will be interesting to watch. Do we get a sell the news event tomorrow, or do we get some bull continuation? And don't forget Dan's trick about the 5-minute volume candle, looking at the first 5-minute volume candle and then the subsequent 5-minute candles, the first 30 minutes. And if you get one larger than that first candle, that may be a clue that the bulls mean business. And if you don't know what I mean, if you're a CGC member, you can look at it in the Slack window and look that up. All right, so MSOS, we have support now at 675. CGC is holding its spike just a little bit better. We're over the 682. I really don't have any resistance in this range besides $7. We got through that, and then we're looking up at 781. So we could get some volatility finally in marijuana tomorrow. All right, getting back to the indices, RTY, and look at all of these bounces, 2%. 2%, 2%. These are great bounces for our indices. Definitely nothing to hang their head about. On the 4-hour, we're looking for a higher low. The only thing that stood out with RTY is we did not get as close to resistance as we did on NQ and ES, but I will point out on the monthly, not like that. But on the monthly, we have enough room for a higher low on RTY. On the monthly, we broke the support on NASDAQ ever so slightly. Let me confirm that. Yeah, ever so slightly. It was like $17. And then ES, we're still holding monthly support. So yes, daily structures are broken. Weekly supports are structures broken in some charts, but monthly, we're still intact. All right, we went over RTY. Let me make sure I covered that thoroughly. We're setting up, we probably looks better on the 6-hour. Yeah, we're setting up a 6-hour equilibrium on the Russell. Dow is the only name of our Fab4 indices that got over the prior day high. It got over about $41. Do we call that a double top on a $39,000 instrument? Maybe. It was still a great bounce, and they held up pretty well. On the daily, we're just still chopping sideways here at the 250 MA. VIX melted again today. As bulls bought the dip, we just continued to melt. We rejected at the hourly 50 MA. We're in a downtrend. And on the 4-hour, we're looking for a potential higher low compared to 21.97. And if you're a TCG member, you heard me say Monday morning on our live stream, I think it's at minute 1170, that this would be the best trade of the entire week. And this was before it happened. I was saying that right here. No, right there. This would be the best trade of the week. And I just said, don't front run it, but it will be the best trade of the week. When we see this exponential move and short squeezing and lots of fear, fear usually exits stage right just as fast as it came in. So if you're a TCG member, you can go back and look at that. Bitcoin with a beautiful bounce today. We have now made enough room for a daily higher low, and we've negated the bear flag. So on pullbacks, we're looking for daily higher low on Bitcoin. And this was a poker tail. This morning in pre-market, Bitcoin was up 4 to 5% and the market was down. And then Bitcoin kept bouncing. And it was just a little bit of a canary of saying, hey, we may be risk on, and this may be your heads up that the market follows it and the bounce, and it did. Ethereum, we have a bounce of 9%, but I would not say it's as impressive on Ethereum. All right, looking at the dollar. Dollar could be a daily bear flag. I was looking at this earlier. I'm like, gold is bouncing. On the hourly, we have a nice bounce. And the dollar had a nice bounce. So gold has been moving strong despite some dollar spikes, but now bears will be looking for hourly lower highs on the dollar. And like I said, gold bounce has been great, getting off that daily 50 MA like a champ. And now bears will be looking for a daily lower high on gold. Oil, we had inventory yesterday. We're looking for a daily lower high on oil. We had a nice push up. And we've made enough room for that weekly higher low to likely be set with a 4-hour trend change. But now where do we get the daily lower high? SMH, we have arrived at the weekly 50 MA. Here at 249, we have a double bottom. I love marking these off. I'm actually going to mark this off at $200. It gives me a lot of trades. Oh, not that. A lot of trades looking at alerts, especially for gap fills or key supports. So I'll be watching that tomorrow. Can we hold the weekly 50 MA? And we're bouncing from the daily 200 MA, closing with a daily inside bar. Gap fill still overhead. AMD with a nice bounce, still under the 4-hour EMA, the 12-hour EMA. We were unable to get over the prior day high. We broke it by 10 cents, but I would say we closed with a little bitty hourly bull flag, so we'll see if they have enough room for an hourly higher low tomorrow. Nvidia with a beautiful bounce, but just way too far to go to get over yesterday's high. So now the odds favor an equilibrium on Nvidia. And just remember that. Don't get caught up in lotto strikes on Nvidia. I mean, if we're getting hammered, then yes. We've made enough room for an hourly higher low, but this is a really large range. So an inside bar, it could be the more likely scenario. Apple with a very weak bounce, daily 50 MA coming into play. And I could make an argument for a 4-hour rising wedge on Apple, so let's be careful there. Amazon was weak compared to its counterparts. Couldn't get over the prior day high. And just like, who are we just talking about? Nvidia, they've made enough room for a higher low tomorrow, and let's see if we tighten up. Google got over the prior day high, has made enough room for a higher low, but I wouldn't say this is impressive. We are still looking for daily lower highs. And I could flip through these charts and I can give you 80% of these charts are looking for a daily lower high. Actually, let's do that. Let me keep going with Microsoft. We're looking for a daily lower high. We have an inside day today. Tesla's a potential bear flag underneath the daily 200 MA. We're looking for a daily lower high. XLF, daily inside bar. You guessed it, looking for a daily lower high. XLV held up pretty well with Lilly strength this morning. Got over yesterday's high. But the daily chart, we have a double top at 149.38, 149.37. The other name I wanted to go over, Shop had an upgrade this morning, and they got a higher high. They're definitely standing out, and you could actually keep Shop on back burner watch tomorrow. Shop and PLTR, because PLTR had earnings. They had a great move. Those could be two for back burners. And we went over MSOS and Crowd. Crowd got some news toward the end of the day that Microsoft's bringing some type of lawsuit or whatever. They're looking for a daily lower high as well. So let's do that drill. Who's looking for a daily lower high? ES, NASDAQ, RTY, Dow, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I don't know if you're counting, but I'm not counting, but I'm just calling them out. Gold, oil, SMH, AMD, Nvidia, Apple, Amazon, Google, Tesla looks like a bear flag, XLF. XLV is a little different. It has that double top. And then that's it for the names we wanted to look at. We can look at KRE. Looking for a daily lower high. So what was that? 90% of our names are looking for daily lower highs. So tomorrow, if we could focus on hourly overbought conditions to begin scouting those top fishes, don't front run it. Make bears prove it to you. It could be a decent setup. So keep that hat on tomorrow. Thank you for joining me, and use stop losses.